freezing action. I'm going to show you how to make photographs like these. To freeze action, you need either a fast shutter speed, such as 4/1000th of a second, or electronic flash. We're going to be looking at both. Okay, right. As you can see, the fish tank is half full of water. The reason for that is I need a bit of a gap up here so it can actually record the splash. Right, I've moved the lights as far as I can, or as close as I can I should say, to the fish tank because I want lots of light. The reason I want lots of light is I want to set my camera up into shutter priority, which is the TV mode on a Canon camera. Shutter priority is where you set the shutter speed that you want, okay, and the camera itself will set the appropriate aperture. I've had to come up on ISO to 1600 ISO. Okay, so at 1600 ISO under these lighting conditions we can achieve some freezing action. Okay, so I'm just going to get set. My technique is I count myself down, so you'll note that the camera is reasonably close to me. It's a 105mm Sigma macro lens, and you can see my finger is on the shutter release mechanism. So I'm going to count myself down. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, and then I'll drop the cap, which has got some water in it now to give it some weight, and then hopefully we'll achieve some frozen action as the water explodes upwards. Let's give it a go. 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we've got. Hey, as you can see, it's not bad. Those that understand a little bit more about photography, looking at that information up there, you can see it says 1/4000th of a second. An aperture of f2.8, and can you see the plus and minus little box? It says -1 1/3 stops. I'm deliberately underexposing the picture because I want it to be more dramatic. You know, you can actually see that big splash now, and you can clearly see it's the Coke. So yeah, all in all, I'm pretty pleased with that. A little bit of Photoshop maybe to get rid of all those bubbles that are stuck to the side of the tank, and I'm sure we can get quite a dramatic image. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so we've now changed the settings on the camera. In manual in this instance, we've now set the exposure for 30 seconds. Okay, our aperture is now f16, which is quite a small aperture, so that's going to offer us a lot more depth of field. And also I've now reduced the ISO down to 400. And if you notice, just next to the 400 ISO, I've actually now put my camera onto self-timer. That's set for 10 seconds. The reason being, if I fire the actual camera, like so, you can see it's counting down. 6, 5. Now, obviously, that means that the shutter mechanism is wide open. Now in this instance, even at f16 at 400 ISO and 30 seconds exposure, the resulting photograph will be pure white, but we're going to be in complete darkness. It's purely to show you the settings on the camera for the next technique, which is using electronic flash to record the image. So there we have it, a couple of techniques on using a fast shutter speed, but obviously the lights have to be on and have to be quite close. Or alternatively, if you've got a hand flash gun, You can put the hand flash gun onto manual, so you're firing it at full power each time, so that therefore the exposure stays the same. And then all you're doing is, in this instance, it's a Coca-Cola cap, and we were throwing it in to the water, trying to freeze the actual splashes. If I've got a preference, I actually prefer using the flash. I like the fact that it's just so random, you don't know what you're going to get. However, have a play. It doesn't have to be a fish tank, of course. Maybe a vase or something like that that's big enough to hold some water. As long as the thing isn't very heavy, it's not going to damage anything. And please be aware, water, electricity can be fatal. Be very careful. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and look out for all my other tutorials. Signing off for now. Bye bye.